It's on.
Where's the numbers record? Oh, they're down here. Hi, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just gonna be me. I'll follow you.
He's just gonna be him, and I'm just gonna be me. Nice catch. Nice throw. Dana Bradley is the stagehand off in the end. He gets us what we want during the show. You can call in and ask some questions. We'll take questions once in a while.
No, not that bold.
Or you can send them in through social media.
We are commenting back never.
Never. But send them in.
Send them.
Feel free to send them in. We'll never answer them, but
we like making fun of them.
yeah, and we like reading them. So we will never answer them. So the topic today, ladies and gentlemen, is the one that me and Tommy we've had a controversy over for years, and that is the
who's got the bigger penis?
That's clearly me. Clearly me. I play with mine a lot more. I do. So, you've heard that theory? That if you play with it more, it does get bigger.
Oh, I believe it.
As the blood rushes in and out?
Yeah.
It's like a muscle.
It stays more... It stays stronger. Yeah, it's a muscle.
It's a muscle.
The more you
play with it, the bigger it gets.
That's
mine is huge.
I can see that.
Yeah.
More confident guys probably.
Is that your problem?
No. I mean,
you don't play with yourself, or?
I play with myself 3-4 times.
So what's the problem?
I don't know. I got a smaller penis than average.
Some of them don't grow. Some of them just aren't regular muscles, or you don't have the cartilage to support the blood flow.
Maybe.
We should get some doctors on here. They can tell us what the hell we're talking about.
And to prove that marijuana is okay.
It's better than beer. It's better than beer.
Oh, it's much better than beer.
It's definitely better than beer.
I could drive home right now at 25 miles an hour. Safe as an arrow.
Yeah, and you know what I do? I'll get in my Jeep and pretend it's a World War I plane. And it makes me focus.
Oh, I see. Okay.
No, it makes me focus. Like, you gotta focus when you're up in a plane. I mean, when you're going down Route 2, doing 65, 70 miles an hour around those corners,
you gotta pay attention.
You gotta pay attention. In my old Jeep, the 2005, that thing.
I was.
I wasn't done.
Oh, sorry.
That thing is a trooper.
I believe it.
It is.
I believe it. I was.
That's not the subject we're gonna talk about, but.
I was pulling away from Simon's house. He lives right off Route 2.
Yeah.
And we were both leaving at the same time. He was going to his girlfriend's house in Needham. I was just going home. And to be cool, I really started zipping down the highway, like going 100, weaving in and out of cars. And I got to a clearing, and I was like, man, that was foolish.
Yeah.
That's really foolish.
You're going towards Leominster?
Yeah.
Downhill?
Just right as you get out of Cambridge onto Route 2.
Cambridge?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were at Fitchburg.
No, I was in Cambridge going towards Leominster.
Oh, Route 2, you just got out of Cambridge. That's a straightaway. Big time. Right after.
It wasn't super busy, but still. It wasn't not busy.
Yeah, but still, anytime you're doing over 100 miles an hour, that's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
I was probably going 90.
Cops, a blown tire. It's nothing but bad news.
Someone running outside the road.
Yeah. I wasn't going 100 in between traffic. I was zigzagging out of traffic, and then when I hit a straightaway, I was just zipping.
Still.
I wasn't bombing through that. I would never do that. I'd be upside down.
Still, you know what's going to happen, right? When the cops finally find you and you're tipped over and dead.
Oh, yeah.
All the people that were behind you that you passed like an idiot. They're going to be telling the cops he was driving like an animal. And then your mother's going to be at home crying, he was a good boy. He would never do that. I gave him great advice.
So
that would be Nana.
Back to the topic. How did we get on that topic?
Nana doesn't even know she has
Oh, we're going to see how we got on these topics.
This topic, right, well, yeah. This topic, yeah, because we go down some...
Oh, you talked about marijuana.
No.
Yeah, that's what brought it up. Because we said it's okay to drive when you're high.
If you want to go back, we can make that the subject if you want. You guys want to talk about marijuana and why they made it illegal back in the 1920s?
Yeah, send us
all due to greedy businessmen and the U.S. American government and judicial system. You want to talk about that? You want to talk about that?
Comment what you want us to talk about, and we'll read them.
But that's not what we're talking about tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we're talking about Bigfoot. Non-believer, believer.
This goes on YouTube.
Say it. Non-believer.
I don't believe in Bigfoot.
Believer.
Don't believe.
Non-believer. Believer.
No beliefs.
Believer.
Sasquatch isn't real.
Non-believer. Believer. Non-believer. Believer. So, which one are you? Well,
Dana,
after this,
what are you? Sasquatch. You have to. I got a gun to your head. Do you believe in Sasquatch or no? Bang, you're dead. You did that time. Do you believe in Sasquatch? Bang, you're dead. You gotta answer.
No.
Do you believe in Sasquatch?
No.
Are you kidding me? You're up on the mountain with me.
I know.
You don't believe in Bigfoot? Well, after tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that's got so much better.
After tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping with the evidence I put forth to Tommy, I can convince you and make believers out of you also.
So
what's
what
your
are the words?
No, hold on.
What is my way of surrendering this? What are the words I have to say? What are the simple sentences I have to say?
Believer?
No. Because there's
You just have to say believer.
There's levels of belief, though. Are you a winner if I
Well,
say,
right
okay,
now
maybe.
right now, as far as it goes, you're an atheist.
Right now,
No,
yeah.
you're an atheist. You're one of those people that says,
Okay, no.
and not all atheists say this, but an atheist, the general belief of an atheist is, I don't believe in God no matter what the evidence is. I don't believe in a God. They've traveled the universe and they've discovered that there's no God. That's their claim.
Yeah.
So that's you with Bigfoot.
No.
Oh, I thought that was.
No. I'm saying, bring me Bigfoot, and then I'll believe it.
Bring me Jesus and I'll believe in God. Not that I'm an atheist, I'm a Christian, but I was just saying, that's the stance. He's not going to believe it unless Jesus Christ actually comes down and says, yeah, I'm real. So you want to see a Bigfoot, you want to touch him.
I want to see one.
So you're saying...
I want to see one and say to myself, that was Bigfoot.
So no matter whether there's, let's say 1,000 sightings, and each different person says, each 1,000 different person says, yeah, I saw a Bigfoot. Clearly, it was a Bigfoot. It was not a bear. It wasn't a moose. I saw it. That's not enough evidence for you.
No.
2,000 people, 3,000 people, 1 million people, all over the United States and British Columbia. There's 1 million sightings of a Bigfoot creature, and that's still not enough evidence.
Well, does this include documentation? A picture? Here's a picture.
They don't all have pictures, no. They don't all have their cameras on them out in the woods, Tommy. And if you're going to go out in the woods, I suggest not bringing your phone and have a nice time.
The other night, some lady came into my house naked, and I had sex with her. Hot. She said she used to be a porn star.
Is this an argument? Because we know that didn't happen to you.
Well, I didn't take pictures or anything, but it did happen. Thinking about it now, I'm getting goosebumps.
So this is your argument. Is there anything else growing on you now that you're thinking about it?
No, I'm just saying that happened.
Maybe that's your problem. Instead of getting hard, you get goosebumps.
No, because this was a scary thing. I don't even go in the woods anymore.
Well, I thought you were talking about the lady that came to your house.
I was. I
So
lost my metaphor.
I can't.
I couldn't hold it any
I
longer.
couldn't help you with your metaphor.
No, but that did happen, Dana. Last night.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Do you believe him?
I believe him.
Yeah. So here you got a guy that doesn't believe in Bigfoot either.
You know why?
You gave him the evidence,
No,
but
because he trusts me. If Ricky YouTube tells me something like that, no, you didn't.
but there's 1,000 sightings of Bigfoot every year. Every year there's 1,000 sightings, but you don't believe any of those people.
No, they're all.
No, I'm
BSs.
talking to Dana. Hold on.
Oh.
I'm talking to Dana because he believes you.
Yeah, because he trusts me.
He trusts you with a bizarre story, though. What does that say about what does that say about Dana? So 1,000 people a year say they've seen a Bigfoot, and you don't believe all of those people. Now you're shrugging your shoulders.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's on the fence, so he's on
I'm
the
not
fence.
sure because
Clearly, you're not on the fence.
No,
No,
bring him to me.
this isn't gonna come across at all.
What do you mean?
This translating into.
No, you can't beat me in an argument.
I'm not trying to.
Pick a better argument.
I'm not trying to beat you in an argument. I'm just saying. You're one of those people that until you see the Bigfoot, you're not going to believe it.
Correct. That's how I would look at it.
But there's definitely...
that's not me touching and feeling it. That's me seeing pictures that I can look at and be like, oh, maybe that is.
What
real.
about the famous video footage that's been around since the 70s? It was, and no one has been able to debunk it yet.
Oh, come on.
That's a fact.
We
They can't explain it to this day. To this day, with all the technology they have in the world,
Yeah.
they can't go back and make a fake Bigfoot sighting video like that.
If we can colorize the Wizard of Oz and we can crack into terrorists' intelligence, we can debunk a Sasquatch.
But they haven't, Tommy. That's my claim.
That's what they tell you.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where I get my evidence from. You're not gonna. You don't like my evidence.
Well,
You don't know where if it
it's
came
not-
from.
it's not that I don't like your evidence. It's my word versus yours.
Like if I bring you a Bigfoot right now and throw him down on the floor and say that CNN gave him to me, you're gonna be like, I don't believe it.
No, because you brought me Bigfoot.
That's not a good argument on
No, that was
on my
not a
half.
good
Sounds stupid.
You brought me. You just won the argument by bringing him to me.
Well, I don't know what else to say other than
It's just
I guess that's a good stance
It's like
because there's no way
in court. It's my word versus yours.
it's no way to challenge
so the
you
cop
on that.
wins.
Yeah,
But now there's no cop. So
I think you're
win
being
and
foolish.
you win.
I see where it's a good argument, but I think you're being foolish because there's clearly enough evidence out there. What do they call it? Circumstantial. There's clearly enough circumstantial evidence out there that proves that there's something going on in the woods, and not all these people that see them are crazy or mistaken. That would be and that not to mention going back into the history books and cultures all over the world have this similar mystery going on in their cultures of a Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
Like the American Indians up in British Columbia, the Eskimos, they all have this strange thing that goes way back into their what do you call it? The folklore.
Yeah.
They all have this story of an animal out in the woods, 8 feet tall, 4 foot wide at the shoulders, hairy. Some of them are violent. I mean, how do you explain that?
Sounds. I don't know.
So people have just been crazy throughout the history of the world. There's crazy people out there that see stuff that they can't explain, and yet you still have unbelievers. That's
You
what.
just called them crazy yourself, though.
No, I was saying that's your stance. That all these people have been crazy that have seen stuff out in the woods.
Have you seen
Yeah.
African hieroglyphics?
I've seen Egyptian hieroglyphics.
Yeah. You know what I mean, though. Inside the pyramids and all that crap, all those drawings.
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
Who knows? It's their language from them.
Yeah, but is everything drawn on those walls something that they've seen, or are they just drawing stuff?
That's a good question.
Who
Did it
built
come?
it?
Could they have imagined aliens back in those days?
Sure, they can imagine
With-
anything they want. They probably can't document it the same way we can today. If someone imagined a really cool musical tune back in the Egyptian days, how is he going to document that? He can't. It just lives inside his own head. So people documented their imagination by drawing.
I just find it hard to believe that
And just
someone like
because
you,
it's strong.
who hasn't spent a lot of time out in the wild or out in the woods,
Mm-hmm.
can have that closed of a mind that you say, no, it's fake. Until I see one, there's no way one of those things could be out in the woods. And you haven't spent any time out in the woods, and yet you got hunters that have stories. Now I see all these stories of hunters
Yeah.
that know the woods, know animals, they know a lot about the woods. Now they're either all lying, so if we have to dismiss all that evidence out there, and I'm calling the sightings evidence.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you call it evidence or not. I call it evidence. And we have all this evidence out there of all these hunters and woodsmen that have seen a Bigfoot creature out in the wilderness, and yet we're supposed to dismiss what they say because you and I are these big woodsmen and we know better than them.
Well,
I mean, you know what I mean? That's like a guy in the city saying there's no such thing as horses back in the 1800s because he never saw a horse. There's no such thing as horses. I won't believe. That's as stupid as that guy sounds.
Yeah.
That's what you sound like.
well,
You know better than all these people that have seen him. That's my argument.
instead of claiming they've seen them, but
Yeah. So how you dismiss them all? How
Yeah.
can someone like you dismiss all those people that are out in the woods all the time?
I think they're liars.
Yeah, that's so bullshit.
No,
That's a
I
bullshit
think they're
stance.
lying. Like if
They're all lying.
Like-
For what?
like-
What's their motive?
like a fisherman. How big was that fish you caught? Oh, I think it was friggin'.
I don't think that's not a good
Do you have any
comparison.
crazy stories from hunting? Yeah, one time. Yada yada. I saw a grizzly bear. I saw a white grizzly bear. I saw a Sasquatch.
Okay, I can see one guy doing that, maybe once.
I can see 1,000 people doing that, putting it on YouTube.
Yeah, no. So they're making up the story.
Yeah, because it's so
just so they can see Bigfoot.
Yeah.
No, Tommy, because it's just like the apostles. They didn't want to go around claiming they were Christians because every time they went around claiming they were Christians, they got persecuted, right? It's just
Yeah,
like
but-
it's like no, it's just
but
like
this
if
is
you
cool.
yeah, but
See,
if you
Sasquatch
come
is
come
cool.
back if you come back from the woods and want to brag that you saw Bigfoot, so people will think. They don't think highly of you. They think you're crazy and they make fun of you.
No,
so
you,
no one.
You watching that YouTube guy, you thought he was cool.
He's not coming out of the story telling a story about
No,
he saw
but
Bigfoot.
he came out all heavy and mighty. You know, he thinks he's cool.
I'm not
People
gonna
are
make
praising
judgments on whether
People
the guy.
are praising him because he's seen Sasquatch.
No, that's not
Oh,
true.
yeah. Yes, that's what's going on in his head.
Have
He
we
thinks
gone-
he's the
have we
coolest.
gone too long with this?
No, 16 minutes? He thinks he's the coolest.
16 minutes?
Yeah, we're
That's
just,
how long we've been up here?
yeah, podcasts go on for hours.
Oh, I know, but yeah, okay. Alright, I just thought it was getting a little long.
Oh, no.
I mean, I'm not done running. I'm not done running.
I think I'm winning this argument. So that guy,
I don't think so.
you know, Ricky YouTube, I was 12 years old, eating bison raw because my dad didn't feed me. That guy. Rick?
Steve.
Sure. The guy you showed me, though.
That's Steve.
Yeah, Steve. The guy who
That's
saw
what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, the guy who saw because they waited too long to leave the woods. That guy thinks he's the coolest guy in the world.
I don't know how you can make that claim. I don't get.
How many views did that thing have?
I don't know.
Over 100,000?
Yeah, they're up there.
So he's thinking, oh man.
It's just grown and grown too.
Yeah, he's become popular because of it. So he's gonna milk the hell out of this Sasquatch story.
No, he's not making money off it. He never asked. You know how when you watch a YouTube
No,
video.
but it's not about money. It's good to get a like on Instagram, though.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got
But
100
but
likes on this.
you know how all the other YouTubers always ask you to like their video and
Yeah.
subscribe. Hit the like button down below and hit subscribe so you get a
those are
notification every time we post a new video.
He doesn't do that.
No, he doesn't do
I
that.
know. That's more to my point. Because people who
He's not trying to make. What I'm saying is he's not trying to make money.
I
off
know
it.
he's trying to make popularity off it. His goal is
Sure.
to be as popular as possible.
Maybe, but because he wants to get his message out there that these things are really real. Because when you go out in the woods,
Or it's just making him more popular, and that's all he cares. He doesn't care about Sasquatch.
yes, absolutely does. He has an emotional connection to this thing.
Well, that's what makes him popular, is because how close he is to it.
His story is
That's part of the story.
no. His story is he's been out in the woods hunting. He's a professional hunter. He does hunted guides. He's a guide
Yeah.
up in the mountains of British Columbia.
We see Sasquatch every year.
He's only seen him twice.
Always out twice.
He only saw him
His
twice.
first story started to wear off, so I had to make him another one.
No, I think he's only had one encounter. The one we were watching today.
Yeah. I thought you just said he saw him twice.
No, I'm sorry, I misspoke. But I think he had another run-in, but didn't see him the second time. I don't know for sure.
That's just what he told me.
But anyways, his story is the reason he started this whole thing was, and this doesn't do anything for the argument, but his grandfather, who was a World War II pilot,
Yeah.
saw one when he was out in the woods, and he wouldn't tell he never told anybody his whole life. And then one day he was sitting with that guy Steve, the guy that's doing the videos, and he told him the story about Sasquatch and how when he opened up about it, everybody made fun of him. But he says, I know what it was. I saw it. I know what you're already thinking. The grandfather was drinking out there.
No, that's not what I'm thinking.
Okay, but
that part probably made up.
But anyway, so he's so mad. This guy Steve. The reason he started the channel was to stick up for people who have actually seen Bigfoot. Because now you got to remember, Steve. He's convinced what he saw was a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
He knows it. He's hunted every kind of animal in the woods. He's been out in the woods his whole life, and he saw it when he was 12. But he knows what he saw, right? Not 12. He was 17.
I don't know.
Remember the story?
I don't know. I forget what he made up.
But anyways, and so his grandfather, he wants to stick up for people like his grandfather, World War II veterans, heroes, the greatest generation. The guy was afraid to speak about Bigfoot because everyone made fun of him. So
Yeah.
now his call in life is to stick up for people and give credential back to people who has actually seen this thing, and it's changed their lives. And he wants to stick up for those people by being out in the public with this YouTube presence and reading their emails about their sightings. So every show he reads a story about someone who saw Bigfoot. They send it in, he reads it. And he goes, at the end, he always goes, there's another one. And the stories are unbelievable. If you sat and listened to all the stories, and the people that write in and explain who they are, it's I guess the reason you need to know who the people are is because it gives it credential. It gives it credential, is that the word? It gives it
meaning.
Well, police officers, military people, and the ones that are the big ones are the ones who explain they've been out in the woods all their life hunting bear and all this, and they know animals, and they know what they saw was clearly, and the most stories that you hear about is being in a creek bed where the mountains come down, and then you got a creek bed that runs through that. He says where the water fades, where the water runs down the middle, but when it's when the water's high, it fills up the whole bottom. But then when the water, like up in the summer, you just have the stream that goes down the middle, so you have a big creek bed with a bunch of rocks. He says that's where most people see them. They come around a bend down river of these things, so cold air goes down, so the air is going down. So your odor is downwind from the being.
Oh, so I can't smell you.
Can't smell you coming up, and you come up around a corner, and that's where they see him the most is on the creek bed, fishing in the water. And multiple sightings of that. And these guys say when they walk up, they think it's a bear because it's hunched over in the water, right? Multiple sightings like this. It's hunched over, and then when they sense it, he stands up, and
that's where the instincts come in that you were talking about. So Sasquatch knows they're there too.
Well, because of the creek bed, and
they step on a rock or make a noise or something.
Right, but at first he doesn't know. That's why he's not running away.
Yeah.
And that's where most people see him, is in these creek beds.
And it makes that connection.
What makes a connection? The bear?
Where they realize
the
that's
Bigfoot?
Sasquatch, and Sasquatch realizes, oh, that's a human.
For the first time, they're finally seeing each other, and he stands up.
It's that moment of shock.
Okay, I see where you. I knew you were going.
No, I'm being genuine.
I'm just talking about hunting guys.
Yeah.
That have come up on brown bears and all kinds of.
Oh, if I looked a bear dead in the eyes, I would be in shock. I wouldn't turn around and run.
Okay, and then the bear. So this shock that you're in, you see the bear stand up. It's a bear.
No, or Sasquatch.
But you don't believe in Sasquatch, so I know you're trying to make a point.
No.
Hey, you're trying to run me down a road.
No.
Yeah, you are.
I was being genuine. When you if that is Sasquatch and you lock eyes with it, there's gonna be.
You better bet there's gonna be some fear.
Oh, there's gonna be a moment of shock.
I know. See, and in that moment of shock, something in your brain goes haywire, and you see Bigfoot. That's what you're gonna say.
No,
that's what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna say, because if Dana was a grizzly bear, and
if Dana was a grizzly bear,
and I'm this close to him. Walking up a trail, hunting.
That's how you walk?
I don't know. And I see this grizzly bear and I caught it by surprise.
Here we go.
And it kind of rears up and looks at me. I'm going to be in shock.
So, of course, you can't figure out what it is.
And if
you don't think the audience knows what you're doing?
And if he turns around and just runs away? And I'm pretty sure that was a grizzly bear, but maybe it wasn't.
Because you were in shock.
Because I was in shock.
Maybe these guys aren't in shock.
Sasquatch disappears that quickly. No, I'm not saying the grizzly bear's in shock. I'm in shock.
No, I know. Well, I'm saying maybe you're not in shock.
Maybe
you're not in shock. All you do is come around a corner and there's a brown bear. If you're a hunter and you've been out in the woods all your life, you're not going to be. You're just gonna, you're going to be caught up. There's another bear in the river.
I'm saying if I'm this close to him.
Well, I'm not saying you're that close. These guys, most of these sightings are like 50 yards away, 100 yards away. And they come around and there's this brown thing up in the river, and they're like, oh, there's a bear. But then the thing stands up, and they're saying it's 10 feet tall and 4 feet wide with the shoulders. And they're clearly looking at it. And then it does this. They say it walks away or runs away so fast they can't even believe how fast it ran because it's so big.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it goes up the hill faster than any bear or horse can ever go, right up the side of the mountain. These things are unbelievable. These are the stories you hear over and over again from this guy that reads them. So
What's his email?
I don't know. It's on his YouTube site.
Oh.
Steve. Learn how to hunt.com.
I'll send him an email tonight.
Send him one.
About the time I saw Bigfoot.
He won't read it. He can see through your bullshit.
No, he couldn't.
You have to explain who you
No,
are.
you'd have to be there to see it, but it really happened. So I'm in the woods, right?
Can I tell you the time I saw it?
Yeah.
We were a young family. I must have been 8, 9, 7.
Wait, is this a real story?
Yeah.
So you're claiming you've seen Bigfoot?
Yes.
Okay.
And we were driving in the station wagon, the big green station wagon. I don't know what color it was. We were on our way. We were in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We were going to Hershey country or
Hilly
Hershey,
place.
huh?
Very hilly.
Hilly and mountainous.
Yep.
And we were going.
We went to Florida too, a long time ago.
Yeah, thank you, Dana.
That's
That's what we're missing. That's what we're missing in this video.
Dana, come over
Dana's
here.
comments.
Dana, come sit down.
I know. I wish you'd come over. You're
I'm
making.
comfortable. I like.
We need you. So
we went to Florida with that.
Wait, what did you say?
David was saying that you were driving through Pennsylvania, and then you said we went to Florida with that too.
we'll get what we can.
Keep going.
So in the back seat of the station wagon, remember we used to have that back seat? Well, I was in there by myself
And faced back.
and facing back.
Yeah, looking at the people that's right behind you.
Yeah,
Looking
but-
at you.
But it wasn't. We were on like a secondary road, and we were going by this huge sand pit. So I'm in the back like this, and there's a big sand pit, huge. I mean, probably a half a mile into the woods was sand and dunes, and then it went up into the woods, and you could see the woods. And I remember sitting there and I'm watching it as it's going by. And off to the very back of the sand pit, down the hill, was this big, black, hairy thing walking real fast that way. And I was like, wow, what? I couldn't make sense of it. And then it ran up the hill into the woods, like fast. Like, I was like,
You saw this?
yeah, I never said anything to anybody because I didn't know what the hell it was. And it was like it was like a 2-second thing. But that's the first time I saw Bigfoot. And I was 8 or 9. And I don't even know if it's real that I saw it. But I do remember that for some reason. I remember that memory in my head of seeing that.
Wow.
Whether it was a dream I had when I was a little kid or whether it was a real deal and I was in the back of that station wagon, I don't know. But
So it's like a coming to Christ moment. Seeing Bigfoot moment.
I don't know. I didn't know what it was back then. I didn't even know Bigfoot existed back then.
Boy, it smells like weed in here, huh?
My bad.
No, it's alright.
It does so. That's my fault.
Tommy just took a hit.
Oh,
That's why. Why didn't you
yeah,
tell him that?
that was good.
Oh, I thought he knew that.
Oh.
So I think we've worn out this topic. Neither of us are giving in.
I'm not giving it. I know they're real.
Yeah.
I can't believe you don't think they're real. But
50-50, I guess you'd have
Alright.
to say sometime.
End of the conversation. Let's see if anything's changed. Dan, I'm gonna point a gun at you.
Mhm.
You have to answer yes or no within 2 seconds, or I'm gonna shoot you.
Okay.
Do you believe in Sasquatch?
No.
All right. I won.
I don't think you won. You didn't believe in it
But I
in the
didn't
first
lose.
place.
But I didn't lose.
Yeah, and I definitely didn't gain. But
yeah.
Yeah, everyone lost.
It's like
on
a
that
home
one.
field advantage. I won.
but you just heard him say 50-50.
No, he said no.
No,
It's like-
I told
he
you
said
it's
that-
50-50
I
before
held the gun
that.
to his head.
It's like
No.
having
Oh,
an
now you
account.
get the gun.
Yeah, that's how he started it.
Well,
too.
maybe he's in shock.
All right,
No! No!
Dana, let's flip it. What's another conspiracy theory? You're gonna defend him, and I'm gonna argue against it, and then we're gonna see if he changes his mind. It's a debate. It's a debate show.
What if I don't know how to debate
We're
with
the
certain
master.
subject?
I won't either. I'm in the same boat you are.
You want to cut it and start over?
If you want to.
What is it?